The Robloxian is a customizable avatar that can be personalized based on a player's liking. It's basically a clean slate that gives users the ability to practically change every aspect of it, including body type, color, clothing, and more. During its inception, Robloxians did not have many customization options, but over the years, more and more additions would be made for players to alter their appearance. With these new options, the standard for a typical Robloxian would also see drastic changes. In the current day of Roblox, the typical avatar would fall into the freaks category, including e-boys, e-girls, giant rats, ghouls, traps, robots, and more. There are some based people like someone named Bling McQueen clinging onto the classic Robloxian look, but overall, you have people like the big Roblox thigh girls who are all evil and should be avoided at all costs. As I said, it wasn't always like this, and this was a gradual change that was an outcome of many updates, additions, and changes in the span of many years. Roblox's initial test build took place in early 2004, where the working title Dynablocks was used. In this build, there were actually no official avatars, and the only thing remotely close to it was achieved through something called controller flags. Controller flags was a feature removed in 2009 that made a vehicle and an object controllable to the player. These controller flags indicated the different control types like keyboard left and keyboard right, which the player would use to move around. Developers at the time would set these controller flags to models like Child on a Skateboard by David Baszucki or a humanoid in a car to give the illusion that the player was controlling their own avatar. Because of this block avatar with a sphere head, similar to Megamind's head, is attributed to be the Dynablocks avatar and also considered the first iteration of the Roblox avatar. You weren't able to customize anything about the character, and this stage of Roblox was primarily focused on gameplay tech. This is even evident on the old website itself, since it's mostly just things related to playing and developing rather than viewing or changing your avatar. Roblox's staple classic avatar would be introduced on January 12, 2006, around Roblox's public launch. The design has the iconic smile, cylinder-type head, blocky proportions, and the old Roblox logo on the torso. This would be the foundation for the Robloxian going forward, and it would go through a few minor changes like smoother arms, but it would maintain its overall design. In regard to customization, things were still pretty limited, and the only thing you could do was change your body color. Not even animations were added, as seen by this video from John Shedlet Sky, one of the former Roblox admins, on October 27th, 2006. You did not have the animation packs that the freaks today use. The only thing remotely close to an animation was when you died, your character would break apart. March 7th, 2007 marks a revolutionary step in Roblox history where customization would finally be added. The options were still pretty limited, but it would be the first major step to take us to where we are today. A post on the old Roblox blog from March 8th, 2007 by David Baszucki titled "Name That Robloxian" announces the new additions. The post just announces the ability to create t-shirts and change your body colors through the newly added Change Character page on the website. New default colors were also added, where players would have light yellow head and arms, light blue legs, and a random colored torso. The post also discusses future possibilities for customization, including 3D hair, body parts, hats, animations, faces, shirts with sleeves, and backpacks. It's pretty funny looking back at this, since basically all of these possibilities would become actual additions later on. Overall, this was a pretty minor change, but it marks the day where you could change the character to your liking, even though it's just the color and t-shirts for now. One of the aforementioned possibilities, hats, would actually be conceptualized and shown off on May 3rd, 2007 and May 23rd, 2007. We were first given a glimpse at hats through a blog post by Shedlet Sky titled "A Hairy Problem." The post shows off two images, a Robloxian with an extremely ugly hair hat. No wonder this thing wasn't released, like it looks like a giant rat, and another with a top hat. Other than that, it just talks about how players were asking for more customization options and how they're testing hats out for the future. The second glimpse was given to us via a video titled "Roblox Hat Demo," showing off the feature's functionality. The video shows Shedlet Sky trying on hats, taking them off, and putting them on other NPCs. Hats work pretty much the same today as they did in this video, except that you now can't take off your hat in-game with the backspace key. Hats would officially be released on May 30th, 2007, with an accompanying post by Shedlet Sky on the blog titled "The Robloxian Hat Dance." hats. The post talks about some other random updates like physics, but I'm gonna be honest, okay? I'm an honest guy. I don't really care about that. That's not really related, so I'm gonna skip that. The main thing of note is the small section about hats where it announces that hats and shirts are now available in the catalog. The first hat ever to be released on Roblox was the red baseball cap for 7 Robux. It would become a limited during the 2015 Labor Day sale and now sits at 1,100 Robux. The introduction of changing body colors, t-shirts, and hats were a pretty big deal for Roblox since you can now personalize a lot of your avatar based on your liking, but as you'd know, a lot more would come after this. April 23rd, 2008 would add even more customization options where we were introduced to shirts and pants through a video titled Shirts and Pants. Pants, 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 pants. Truly a legendary moment for the Roblox community with an amazing demonstration of the feature with an amazing title and video. An accompanying blog post titled Roblox Brings You was also published a day later where it just talks about how you can buy them, how to put them on, how to create them, and stuff like that. The ability to change your head shape was also added around December 17th, 2008 as announced by this blog post titled Trying to Get a Head, and it talks about the different heads. Not much explaining I can do for this. The final core customization tool would be introduced on January 14th, 2009 in a blog post titled In Your Face by Shedlit Sky. As the title references, this update allowed you to purchase and equip different faces for your avatar. The update released with 20 different faces and more promised later on. After this, the main personalization options were pretty much cemented in Roblox's core identity as you could now alter almost every aspect of your avatar. Body colors, hats, faces, shirts, pants, heads, and t-shirts were all available for users to change to their liking. With these new methods of customization, the standard for the typical Roblox avatar would shift as well. I bring this up now because before, players barely had any drastic changes from one another besides their shirt or something like that. But after these new additions, there were evident differences between the different players. This video by Shedlit Sky titled Online Social Hangout Roblox showcases a lot of different avatars and you can see the visual differences among them. They all maintain the blocky Roblox aesthetic because this was before the introduction of the controversial edition packages, or what they're called now, bundles. Now in this video, I'm gonna be calling them bundles, not packages, since that's what they're called now, so keep that in your head, okay? Keep that in mind. Don't forget it no matter what. Forget your name, forget your address, make space for this information, okay? The first bundle was introduced on May 14th, 2010, according to the Roblox wiki. I can't find any reference for this and there's no blog posts or videos associated with its release, so take it with some skepticism. Roblox would progressively add more and more bundles, but these would be locked behind a Builders Club subscription. So in order to buy any package, you would need to purchase Builders Club. If you're based, if you're cool, if you're awesome, you probably already know what Builders Club is, but for those unaware, Builders Club was the subscription service before Roblox Premium. The two basically have the same features with some minor changes, with the only major thing being the name. On October 11th, 2013, Roblox moderator Chief Justice would make a post titled Body Packages Now Available to All Robloxians, where it's announced that most bundles will now be available for anyone to buy. Now, all of this was pretty big news. You could not only change the clothing, face, and colors of your avatar, but now you can entirely alter their body type too. This was a seemingly positive thing, but many people were soon angered with this drastic step. Players were pretty happy with the addition of the different customization options prior to the bundles, but once it was introduced, many people argued that it made Roblox lose its original appeal. This hatred was fueled even more by the tons of online daters utilizing this feature to roleplay and show off their Ohio Riz. The hatred for packages or bundles is identical to the hatred people had or still have for Arthro. Mind you, Arthro is a farther step away from the Roblox look, so the hatred is more justified in my opinion, but the reason for people hating both is basically the same. Here's some posts I found from the Roblox forum archive illustrating this hatred. Packages. They are a stupid idea. Yes, I know, I'm wearing them, but that's because I get judged if I don't, and I already paid for them. Honestly, shirts, pants, hats and gear and t-shirts should be the only thing available. Since I joined Roblox on this account in 2010, I noticed Roblox was changing, not for the better. I noticed it was getting worse. It all started with packages. It just got more online daters to play. Hopefully this time this game will not have online daters coming back and no packages will be made. Please Roblox, I'm begging you, fix this game. Do not let it die. Get rid of everything that ruined it for what it was. Number 15, Burger King footlet. There's several other posts of people expressing their hatred for bundles, and you can see the parallels between the people complaining about bundles and the people now complaining about Arthro. The justification for their hatred is basically the same. Online daters use it. They feel like it goes against Roblox's core identity, and they're tired of the people it attracts. Bundles drastically altered the typical avatar present in Roblox, as you can now alter practically every visual element of your avatar. Bundles like the superhero would become notorious for being used by online daters, and along with this, people began making fun of others still using the blocky avatar. As highlighted in the first forum post I read, the guy who made the post was wearing one to avoid being made fun of. This was a pretty common thing around this time and resulted in a lot of people avoiding the default blocky avatar entirely, myself included. Gradually, new additions like animation packs and R15 would be released, but otherwise, the standard for Roblox avatars remained pretty consistent. That all changed on the dark day of October 18th, 2018, where Arthro would be announced via a dev forum post, and it being publicly released around October 23rd, 2018. A blog post from October 24th, 2018, titled Roblox Avatar Expansion, goes more in depth about the topic. It basically discusses their motive behind the idea, where they wanted to give players a greater choice to express their individual style, personality, and creativity on Roblox. As mentioned before, similar to the introduction of bundles or packages, many players were, and still are, against the entire concept. Here's some comments from users from the most trusted source ever, Reddit, sharing their opinions. Just does not look like Roblox. It's extremely badly done, and it looks too realistic.
Because Roblox is practically forcing us to use it, despite being told numerous times nobody is comfortable with it, but yet they continue to purely focus on layered clothing and Arthro, despite the fact nobody uses them.
Because it doesn't fit with Roblox's identity. Most people think of blocky Lego looking characters when they think of Roblox, not some human-like body avatars. But if people want to wear them, then more power to them. Just hopefully they never force us to start using Arthro only. Okay, so personally, I really don't care about Arthro. I still stick with the blocky avatar to relive my fleeting childhood, so it doesn't really affect me. If you asked me when I was a kid, when they first introduced Arthro, I would have started raging, okay? I would have mauled it and telling you why it's horrible. But I'm a truly changed man, a Sigma male, some would say. So I really don't care. Arthro would, once again, drastically change the Roblox landscape to a point where some claim that Roblox's overall style is incoherent. Some players are blocky, others use the classic bundles, and some have Arthro. In defense of R15, it still fit with the general Roblox design. It just added more limbs, so the argument against Arthro makes more sense to me. This argument would be even more supported by the introduction of user-generated content. UGC, or user-generated content, was a concept first introduced at Roblox Developers Conference 2015. Gradually, this feature would be available to selective individuals, but would be publicly available to everyone with ID verification and a Roblox Premium 1000 or 2200 subscription. Now, this is a pretty cool concept. You're giving players creative freedom to make anything they want, but you have to remember who you're giving this freedom to: the freaks within Roblox. The result of this would be some pretty cool stuff, but also some of the most degenerate, disgusting, and insane things. This leads us to where we are today. The standard for a typical Robloxian has become tainted by the freaks attracted to this weird shit that, like, I don't understand how it gets through moderation. The natural habitat for a lot of these people are primarily games like Mic Up and Neighbors, or any other game with microphone access. And honestly, the weird avatars I saw in those games was the entire reason I'm making this video. I see avatars in there that make me question if I'm even still playing Roblox. These microphone games are dark, okay? They're pretty dark. You have the Hello Kitty girls, the E-boys, giant shrimps. Like, it's dark stuff, man. Okay, I'm just memeing a little bit, okay? I'm just memeing, I'm just joking around, you know? I like to kid. I have nothing against anyone who wants to dress up like a giant rat, or a goth grandma, or even Shrek. You can dress up as a giant piece of shit if you want. I have nothing against you. If you think that personifies who you are internally, that's perfectly fine. design. I just think it's interesting to see the gradual progression of Roblox avatars and the standard for them. Roblox first started out with a simplistic block-made man with a sphere head the size of Megamind, and now we have whatever the hell this is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Subscribe, follow my Instagram at BlingMcQueen, and take care.